I came across a case and I can't stop thinking about the missing details. A North Bay man went on a hike 49 years ago and he hasn't been seen since. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about all things true crime. Please know that this video is for education and entertainment purposes only. I mean absolutely no disrespect to anybody that I speak about in this video. This case takes place in North Bay in May of 1974, and yes, it's another cold case, but let's look at the facts and the timelines. Something is not adding up. Let me know your thoughts and what your conclusions are in the comments below. This case is about the disappearance of Brian Henry, born September 2nd, 1952, described as 5'6", 130 pounds, short brown hair, and brown eyes. It said Brian was a joker who loved to play the guitar, bird watch, and he wanted to be a photographer for something like National Geographic. Brian was an avid bird watcher who always carried around his binoculars. To my brain, it would make sense that Brian would know what time of day it was, meaning when the sun is setting. Hold on to that nugget. Brian's father, John Henry, was the last person to see Brian before his disappearance, and John's version of events goes like this. Allegedly, it's said that 21-year-old Brian grabbed a ride with his dad to Canadore College, which is where his dad worked. Brian's dad also said that on that day, he worked the shift from 4 p.m. until midnight. Brian had gone to work with him that day so that he could go through the trails that were behind the college. According to his father, Brian knew these trails very well. This was on May 5th in 1974, which I looked it up. It was a Sunday. Brian's dad said that the plan was he was dropping Brian at the college, he was going to go to work, and Brian was going to go and explore the trails. If Brian wanted a ride home afterwards, he was to meet him at his dad's car around midnight. When John clocked out at midnight, he said that Brian wasn't waiting by the car and he didn't see him anywhere around, so he went home figuring that Brian had just walked. Get your popcorn and conspiracy hats on, because here we go. Here's what my brain could not absorb. When John got home from work, he said that he waited 2 hours before contacting police. Brian also had 9 siblings and his mom waiting at home for him. And nobody thought, hey, he should have been home by now. Maybe we should go looking for him. Maybe we should call police. Not only did Brian's dad not call police when he got home from work and noticed that his son was missing, he waited 2 hours, and then instead of calling 911, he called his buddy who happened to be Constable Foster. I'm sorry, but that is just so suspicious right there. I mean, I'm not saying he's guilty, but he's really not looking too innocent. Dude was at the location that his son disappeared from the entire afternoon and night. There's opportunity for you. But what's the motive? Back to Brian's dad's timeline of events. John and his cop friend drove back to the college and spent a 2-hour period searching for Brian. It's now 4 o'clock in the morning and they can't find any trace of him. And Brian's dad goes home and waits another hour and then calls some other buddies and says, hey, can you come help me search? The search came up empty, but I'm wondering, did anybody check Brian's dad's trunk? We're now into Monday, May 6th, and Brian is reported missing to North Bay Police. Allegedly, at the time of Brian's disappearance, police said that the trails aren't like they are today. They were just being established, and that Brian could have wandered off the trail. He may have gotten lost, but no one just disappears from the face of the earth. Now, I looked it up, and Google tells me that the sun set at 8:31 p.m. the night that Brian went missing. Brian's family said the afternoon that he disappeared, he was wearing black boots, blue jeans, a jean jacket, and black rimmed glasses. Right? If you're an avid trail goer, then you would know once you get in there, it's dark. Those trees are like protecting you from the sun. It is dark as in there. Not only that, but where's the water? Maybe food? Some kind of backpack, something? There's nothing on his person to even indicate that he's going to walk on a trail. No binoculars, no flashlight, no water, no anything. I checked. The temperature that afternoon was 20 degrees Celsius. So here in Canada, in the spring it's cold. The temperature dropped to 11 degrees Celsius around 8 o'clock p.m. So if he was wearing a jean jacket and possibly walking home that night, all the way back home from the college to home, again, why doesn't he have a flashlight on him? He also doesn't have the right type of coat for the weather. The missing details. It's the little things. Again, John said when he arrived home from work that the family members that were there were saying, oh, Brian didn't come home yet. And still he waited that 2-hour period before contacting his cop friend. Why didn't anybody call the police sooner? Hours are ticking by. Your son is missing. Your brother's missing. These are crucial hours that are ticking by. Now, the Canadore trails are highly traveled, and still, it's been 49 years. No one has ever found a trace of him. Now, I have a theory, and some of you may come for me, but hey, it's my theory. Brian was 1 out of 10 children. He was very artsy. He wanted to be a photographer. And yes, I think he was gay. You know where I'm going with this. I think he was gay. I don't think his father liked it. He was a high school dropout. It's 1974. He's the only child in the entire family to go missing. Brian's dad could have murdered him that afternoon, that night. He went home. 2 hours goes by. What was he doing? Cleaning himself up? Cleaning himself off? Pulling an Alec Murdoch? But what was happening? Not only that, but when he finally did pick up the phone and he called his cop friend, who I'm sure knows how to get rid of a body and clean up a crime scene, spent 2 hours with him, what were they doing? Were they really looking for Brian's body? Or were they doing just that? Cleaning up a damn crime scene. There are literally so many trails, you guys. I don't know if all of these existed in 1974, but damn, there's a lot. And then there are some that look pretty treacherous if you were to go it alone. And then you can also see there's a lot of water nearby. Why did his dad wait until 5 o'clock in the morning to call his other buddies and start like a proper search? It wasn't because he was waiting for the sun to come up, because the sun didn't come up until 5:51 that morning. Yeah, I checked it. Think about it. Why didn't he call his friends when he called friend cop? You didn't have cell phones back then. He's standing there waiting for his friend cop to show up to his house, and there's a landline right there. Why wouldn't you call all of your friends? Your son is missing, and you're going to call in reinforcements, and you call one person? No, it's not adding up. I really think someone knows something. That one of the siblings, maybe the parents knew, cop friend knew. I think someone knows something, but 49 years later, nobody's talking. This is alleged, guys. This is just my theory. It is not facts. Please go do your own research. Draw your own conclusions. Let me know what you think happened. Let me know what your theory is. Let me know in the comments below. And if you're liking the content, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see any upcoming content. And here's another video that you can check out. See you soon. Take care. Peace.